Hey guys, welcome back to another video from A-Level Lessons. Right, in this next part of our project work series, a guide to project work, we're going to be covering chapter 3 on aims and objectives. So aims and objectives is usually a part of the entire written report as well that you should have. Right, it's basically laying out the direction for the project, how your group intends to take it towards meeting its goals and whatever your group wants to achieve. So it's good to always lay this out, and we'll see how you can actually do this. So likewise, this is the third part to our 6-part series. We're halfway there actually. Next few videos are going to be covering your solutions, how do we evaluate, and how do we wrap up the entire project. Alright, so aims and objectives. So it is time to make clear the exact aims and objectives you have for this project. So your aim is usually a one-liner, while there can be several objectives. So we'll see how this works later on. So your aim, in essence, is like an overall goal that you want to achieve from this project. For example, inculcate better eating habits or better sleep patterns amongst, let's say, youths or teenagers. Right? Whereas your objectives is basically the steps in between that has to be achieved or accomplished in order for you to actually reach this aim, right? Or this end goal that you have. So I'll lay out some examples after this. Firstly, let's go through the aim. So an aim refers to the desired outcome of the project. So it's a desired outcome. So be clear and be specific on this aim, and it's supposed to be like your guiding light. Okay, it helps to show the direction that your project is headed towards. Right, it's like the end goal of the project. So an example would be to create a program, let's say called Kit. If you get it, you get it. You don't get it, then try. Okay. But this essentially is like an application that encourages youth to grow a virtual plant to remain focused on their homework so as to grow disciplined mindset. So this is the goal, right? It is the aim of this entire project, Kit, which will aim to help people or help students remain focused on their exams or their homework and ensure that they grow more disciplined learning styles and mindsets. So the objectives would be to cover the individual task that will be performed as a basis for our stepping stones to ensuring that the entire project is successful. Right, so what do I mean by this? So we have to be objective with our objectives, cover as much grounds on the different aspects of your project. So for example, objective areas you can look at would be, let's say you design a solution that addresses the gaps. So this could be an objective, right? You want to try and achieve this so that we can link how our current measures as well as our learning points from the case study have some form of linkage to our solution. The next one could be to design a survey to capture appeal interviews to determine feasibility of the entire project. So this looks at an objective, right? We want to try and achieve this so that we can see if our project actually makes sense or is appealing to the eyes of the public, right? To people who have been in this profession. You can also choose to analyze data from surveys and interviews to propose a better solution to address any problem. So this is the part on analyzing. When you have the data that you've collected, how do you analyze it such that it is of value, right? You can make sense out of this data. Other objectives could be to source for funding as well as support. So how do you go about looking for these funding or these different areas of support to ensure that your project can propel forward? Last one could be to ensure nationwide scale implementation. So how do you ensure this project makes sense and is effective on a nationwide scale, right? In order to target the entire of Singapore. So objectives will differ for every project, but these are just some examples you can consider that will help you to lay out certain pillars, right? Certain markings, right, throughout the entire project that you know you have to try and achieve in order to ensure that the project has been holistically covered in terms of every different aspect. Alright, so chapter 3, your aims and objectives, is actually a very, very short chapter. Usually most people would just do like a one-page chapter on chapter 3, which should be your aims and objectives. So 3.1 can be your aims, 3.2 on your objectives, and that should be good enough. So this was a rather short video, right, and quite a simple one on aims and objectives. Hope you guys did learn something. As always, if you did learn something, you did enjoy this video, be sure to give it a like. It really does help me out a lot. And as well as to subscribe to the channel, it's free. It doesn't cost you anything. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave it in the comment section below as well. If not, I'll see you guys in the next chapter, chapter 4, on a proposed solution. See you guys then. Bye-bye.